SDCC report.
Okay.
And no high school breakfast report.
Okay.
And Julie's doing staff report.
Hey, Julie, every place that sells Dell, it's you. You're Dell tonight. Yeah, so it's gonna be the Julie show.
Yeah, it is the Julie show.
Yeah.
Big
It's okay. Yeah, we struck, okay. We struck beats.
Good evening, and welcome to this evening's meeting of the Fairmont School Board. It is Tuesday, April 10th. Roll call is all present except Dale Ellison. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, has anyone reviewed the minutes from last time?
I have, and I would make a motion to approve the March 27 minutes as offered.
Second.
Go ahead.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. And the agenda, there's a few changes.
We're just adding Dan to this,
Okay,
and then where it says Dell, we're gonna have Julie.
okay,
And then we're striking the B and C reports.
okay. So with those changes, can I get a
A
motion?
motion to approve the agenda with those changes.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, so celebrations, school blood drive. Chris Engelby, welcome.
Greetings, you guys. First of all, just want to talk about our blood drive this year. We had 2 blood drives, and our first one was in the fall, in November, and our goal was 85 units of blood, and we were able to get 83, which was wonderful. And then in the spring, which is usually a little bit smaller collection, our goal was 77 units, and we collected 74. And so we were very pleased. We had a lot of first-time donators, and so it was a great experience for those kids. And then our 2 leaders, Claudia Blees and Ben Hernes, they are seniors this year, and when they're seniors, they get a scholarship from the Red Cross. So they're each going to get $500, and it depends on how much units of blood that you get. And so since we were over the limit for, we had 157, I think it was 151 is where you get a $1,000 scholarship, so then they split it halfway. So, which is really kind of fun for those seniors. They've been with me for 2 years, they work really hard, and so that's kind of a nice way to finish out their senior years. So, so that's the blood drive. The other thing I just wanted to mention was our Community Service Project Day. That's coming up May 18th. The rain date is May 25th, and so we have 46 groups and grades 7 through 12. I have 4 projects right now. That's it. So I am trying to advertise. I've had it in the paper, photo press, word of mouth. So if anybody wants, some spring cleaning, since there's still snow on the ground, there might be a lot of spring cleaning, later on in May. And so if anybody wants to get a hold of me, they can just call me at school. My number is 235-4164, and then they can just leave a voicemail. But we're in need of many projects because we need 46 projects, and I have 4 right now.
Chris, could you give some examples of years past of all the different types of projects?
So our main concern is just to try to reach out to our community members, usually people that are elderly. Maybe I try to maybe call people that maybe have lost a spouse and just see if there's any yard work, if there's any painting jobs. Sometimes we do deck work in which they stain a deck, trim trees, trim bushes, and it depends on the grade. If they're going to be doing a lot of heavy work, we try to go with the older kids. And then we try to go to the Humane Society, we go to STEP Incorporated, we go to some other businesses. Sometimes we go out to the cemetery and try to collect like branches, and so I think, those are some other things that we try to reach out. Sometimes we've been down to the downtown area and cleaned up. So, there's a wide variety, but our first priority is just our community members. And I know all the people that we talk to, because I call every single one of them at least twice, they're always so appreciative, and they're just like, I really appreciate this. I can't do this anymore. I have a bad back, or maybe they had surgery. And so, and it's fun for the kids to learn what it means to volunteer and to go and help, people out. So.
Do you have any plans to go to Sea Line again?
I have not heard from anybody from Ceylon, but if there would be anybody, they just need to call me, and then hopefully Mr. Brown can take a Suburban down like he does once in a while, and so.
And Mrs. Osley used to join us
Yep,
too.
yep, so, so if anybody, would like some help, just please give me a call at 235-4164. I do want to announce that this is my last year to do the blood drive and Cardinal Connections and the Community Service Project Day. So I am stepping down from those leadership roles, and hopefully I get some younger people in our school that will step forward and take charge. And then I am looking forward to just concentrating on teaching. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for all you've done, Chris. It's always been a great community service, and the kids have enjoyed it. So, it's been a great project for the community.
Thank you.
Does anybody know right off the top of their heads how many years we've been doing this?
8 years.
This is the 8th year.
Yep, 8 years that we've done the Community Service Project Day.
That's a lot of hard work on your behalf to get everything arranged. So
To get it organized
Yep.
and make those connections and, yes.
Yeah, so,
Thank you.
thank you.
thanks.
Okay, Superintendent?
Okay, well, first of all, let's take a look at the enrollment. Right now, latest enrollment, serving 1,670 students, 820 students at the high school and 850 at the elementary. Down 4 students from where we were just 2 weeks ago. And I'm just comparing with where we were, actually, we're up 5 students from where we were last year. So the enrollment's remaining very, very steady, and so we appreciate that. The couple of other items to call to the school board's attention. Tomorrow is the area career exploration at the high school, and there was a nice article in the paper the other day about that, but just a reminder, tomorrow at the high school in the morning, there'll be 650 sophomores from 12 different high schools, mostly in south central Minnesota. North Union is coming up from Iowa, and there are 117 booths that will be represented, businesses, companies, and organizations. Some of the new ones this year, by the way, are the airline and pilot programs. Delta Airlines are looking for some people thinking about going into the aviation. I'm not sure Mr. Brooks is involved in that, but I'm sure he is. We have a funeral director that's going to have a booth, and the International Carpenters Union are going to have a booth. So vocational, funeral director, and aeronautics. And just a great time. If you have time in the morning to stop in, it's an amazing process what it goes through to have that many students in our high school. And if you haven't been to the high school gymnasium in the last couple of weeks, you'll see some wonderful displays of, what do I want to call them? Murals of the Cardinals and the just great murals that are in the high school gymnasium. You'll appreciate that. Also on Friday, I had the opportunity to go over to Albert Lee because our high school welding class competed with a number of other high schools at Riverland Community College. There's an annual welding competition, and I was pleased to email my wife because she taught both at Albert Lee and at Austin. And Albert Lee scored 724 points. Austin scored 721. The first place, though, was Fairmont with 924 points. So we blew my wife's 2 schools away by over 200 points. And yes, she wrote back, "It sounds like you're gloating." But yes, I am. Congratulations, though, to our welding class. So they really did really well, and really proud of them. And also looking at the school board calendar, there will be one addition I think that Julie will talk about. But the ACE event, as I mentioned, is tomorrow, starting at 8:30. And then we've have a rescheduled STEAM into STEM night at Fairmont Elementary. That was canceled or postponed because of snow day, but that will be held on Monday, next Monday, April 16th from 4:30 to 7. That's in the Fairmont Elementary School gyms. And then on Wednesday, April 18th, Construct Tomorrow will be at the high school. We were selected as a high school, first time this has been done in this part of the state, but the trade unions, the vocational programs that are represented all throughout the state, there'll be masonry, carpentry, electricians, plumbers, welders that will actually be on site. And once again, there are schools from the south central part of Minnesota and northern Iowa that have been invited to come and bring their juniors and seniors to that event. But it's a way to expose students to the various trades. And as we know, we need more skilled workers all throughout this country. Also on Wednesday, the 18th, from 3:30 to 5, is the school district retirement tea. I noticed the bells have arrived in the district office, and so we have a number of people retiring this year. And that's also a great time for school board members to come and say thank you to our staff that are retiring at the end of the year. Julie, do you want to talk about the new addition?
The Southern Plains Educational Cooperative Board meeting.
Yes.
Yeah, we are going to, my understanding, I'm not sure if it's an additional, I think it's a change from our regular meeting where we were going to have it, would have been just prior to the Monday night before we have our meeting, that Tuesday night. I don't have the calendar in front of me. The 23rd, it would be, it should have been 23rd, but we're going to meet next Thursday, April 19th at 4 o'clock, and that'll be at the Southern Plains office down here in the natural gas building. I'm not sure if that's and I'm not sure what the address is or anything, but that's where we meet. It's open to all members of our board, so all members of our board should come and give our opinion, our support, our just get some general knowledge about this, how we are going to fund the, that's the main thing we're going to be talking about at this meeting, but how we are funding the building project with the Lincoln School project. And so we just like everybody to come. It's open for, all boards that are in Southern Plains. So it'd be Martin County West, it would be Truman, it would be Grenada Huntley East Chain, Fairmont, Blue Earth, USC, is that it? 6?
Well, that's it. You
Yep,
got it.
that's it. Okay. All those boards are going to come together, and we're just going to hash it out and see if we can come to a resolution and how we can fund this and, get this taken care of so that our students of that special educational co-op are well taken care of. We knew that going into, a couple years ago, I should say it was, when we went to Winnebago, we knew that wasn't going to be a long term. And so we've really been looking at other options around in the area. We've considered other buildings and that. And as we mentioned it was at the last meeting or 2 meetings ago when we talked about the tour that we did of the Lincoln School building. It's really a sound building in that, and I think we're going to come up with a pretty good price for that. We're still negotiating that and seeing what we can do because there is a lot of stuff left in the building and what we can negotiate with the current owners and that, because some stuff was just left vacated and left behind. So we're still negotiating that cost, but like I said, it's really a sound building, and that'll be nice for Fairmont to have it right here in our district. It'll be kind of centrally located for all those districts, Martin County West, Truman. They're all, USC has to drive a little bit farther, of course, and Blue Earth, but it'll be good for that to be in our area and that. And then with the hopes is that we would build on and have the central office for the Southern Plains Educational Cooperative Board, or the cooperative members, and Sarah Middlestat and her staff, and that would also be a member or part of that building, and so they'd be all in one place, and then that would save us what we lease the offices for. So yes, it's going to be a little bit more money to build on, but it will save in the long run because we pay quite a lease price too. So that's just kind of our wish to get that taken care of.
And Fairmont will also save on transportation costs.
Yes, Fairmont
Because
will.
Right now, we spend a lot of money transporting special needs students over to Winnebago and then going to get them and picking them up, bringing them back. And the fact that that will be in town, that will be a huge savings to us.
And I think also for staffing, sometimes they have problems with staffing of the Southern Plains, the classrooms and that. And I think just to be in Fairmont may help with that as well versus Winnebago, so.
Well, it's a great project, Julie, and I know you and your board have worked hard on that. It's something that really needs to be done. It's something that I think we all support the project. The tweak now is how best to
Is how we're going to fund it,
it.
what's the best way,
Right.
what's the best solution of the same, or the formula. I mean, because there's different ways to do that. And I know throughout the state of Minnesota, other cooperatives that do this, they all use a different formula. And so, there's not really any place that uses one formula. So, I mean, it is, it's not like there's one formula that is to be used.
Well, we currently use a formula now based on usage
Right.
on the programs.
On the programs.
And the question I asked earlier today is, can you legally use lease levy dollars for a program? The answer is no. You can use lease levy dollars for a facility. And so it's kind of a fine question that may have to be asked legally if we don't go to the 100% or 70%. But we'll talk about that
We'll
more on
talk
Thursday.
about that in force.
Well, thanks
But
for doing
anyway,
that.
I would like, as many members that are available. That'll be next Thursday, right? Is that next week already, the 19th? Where's this month going?
It is.
And 4 o'clock at the Southern Plains offices.
And I noticed we also have a policy committee scheduled at 4:30, so we'll probably move that to another date.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
because this is more important to get this done.
There won't be any decisions made that night. It's just kind of an informative discussion time.
I think there'll be, there has been a decision, had been made how the funding was going to, but now we want to explore and see what everybody would like to have.
So it is, because you're on the voting board. The rest of us are not, so.
No, but it's the input
Okay,
that you could provide for us.
okay.
Okay, good discussion, thank you.
Good.
Yep.
Donations.
Okay, and we'll move to financial business donations.
Yes, we have 3 to go over here, Appendix A, B, and C. I introduce the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas Tracy Catava donated $800 in memory of his son Tyler Catava. The money will be used to purchase equipment that will allow students to create digital music, which was an area of great interest for Tyler. Be it resolved by the Fairmont Area School Board to gratefully accept the gift.
Second.
Okay, we'll have a roll call. Danielle?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's so wonderful, kind of on the heels of what the Leonard family did at our last meeting too. So I know Tyler battled cancer for a long time, so that'll be a great way to keep his memory alive in our schools as well. I introduce the motion in Appendix B and move for its adoption, whereas the Lutheran Bible translators donated $35 to the orchestra program in memory of Leon Beckendorf. Be it resolved by the Fairmont Area School Board to gratefully accept the gift.
Second.
And a roll call. Danielle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Motion passes.
And Appendix C, I introduce the following resolution and move for its adoption. Whereas United Health Group donated $50 for the High School Cardinal Fund. Be it resolved by the Fairmont Area School Board to gratefully accept this gift.
Second?
Roll call. Danielle?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Nicole?
Aye.
Julie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you to all those businesses and individuals for their continued support of our schools.
Yes, thank you very much. Financial reports and bills. Julie?
Yes. In your packet, you have the monthly, the second of the month, or the first part of the month of the bills. We have in here the March Treasurer's Report. As you can see, everything is pretty much normal. There is might see that deficit in the capital expenditure for cash. These funds are moved and only done one time a year. And usually this account has a fund balance, but because of when the reports went out, they're currently right now is in a negative, but it's not like it's negative. It's a positive negative, you know?
It's a temporary
Yeah,
negative,
yeah, there you go. That's right. It's good. It's okay. We're not doing anything.
all trust.
It's all good, yeah.
And this was used basically to purchase the new file servers for the school district, so
Right.
they could get here and get installed, so we would
Sweet.
have everything working by September.
Yeah, because if we'd wait for some of that and do it like we would normally do it we wouldn't get all that stuff ready for the kids to use so we kind of borrowed against it, so.
Right.
Okay, then also is the expenditure report and the wire transfers for March 26th to April 6th. Everything's all there. Our payroll distribution is $1,026,000 and $80. 26,080. Okay, so there we go. And on the top of the page, you'll see that the expenditure report, the first one is the adopted budget that will be coming up here later in the spring, that we'll come in and revise that adopted budget. But this is what it currently is. Then our monthly expenditures are listed there. And then the third column is the year-to-date expenditures. And then you can see also the percent of the budget spent. And so you can see that in that capital outlay money. That's part of that. That's what that 108% is that's spent, because we have borrowed against ourselves for that. Okay? And then you also have P-card in your register. Let's see. There were some conferences in there that were paid for out of this. This P-card is certain individuals throughout the district have this P-card that which they can make purchases, and then it automatically puts it into a purchase grant. So, but there's some Pie Hunt grant things that were purchased, some orchestra music, CER used it, our cell phones are on there, waste management's a monthly bill. That's just kind of, mostly it's a lot of the normal stuff, but then also like I said, the conferences and that. We have some single checks. We have one for Martin County West Band Boosters, Teachers on Call, and Visual Identity Vault. We try to avoid doing single checks. We did have to do some, and if we do them, it's mainly so that we save the money and avoid finance charges. And then in our check register, there's a few things here. This is Commerce Bank transfers, so it's Primex Wireless. It's on it's on my first page because I have the detailed account, but it's Primex clock system, and that is, I don't have the actual amounts, but there's upgraded clocks within the district, and it's, I don't know, what is it, like 200 some, 300 and some clocks that.
It's $10,528.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, that's different clocks, and they'll be updated. And it's like the atomic clocks from years ago, so everybody will be at the right time. So, when the class lets out, they'll all be at the same time. So, the new and improved. And let's see, what else did we have in here? Minnesota West, we did have one student for 21 credits, had to pay the balance for that PSEO. And then in check number 61025, Southern Minnesota Inspection, that's a curtain that will be going into the new annex gym. I say the new gym, it's the newest gym to the elementary school. But it's to divide the gym, so we have two different activities can go on that.
And Julie, that has been installed.
That is installed.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the last one is check number 61029, the Visual Identity Vault. This is for a mural that was purchased with partial funds from Memorial for Mr. Murphy. Many of you remember he had been a teacher within our district for many years, and his family had donated the money, and this is for part of that. His donation paid part of it, but then district had to put money in for it. The Booster Club was put in for it? Okay. So that we could get that mural put in place, so. Anything else? Any questions?
Nope.
Thank you. Well, then I will make a motion to approve the March 2018 Treasurers Report and single checks, wire transfers for March 22nd, 2018 to April 5th, 2018, and payment of the April 10th, 2018 bills.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Julie. There is no old business, new business. Julie, the
Yeah.
MOU?
We're going to miss Dell tonight because you're going to have to listen to me. Maybe he won't be able to miss again then. Memorandum of Understanding on Staff Welfare Committee approved to ratify the enclosed memorandum of understanding for Mr. Bart Franta, secondary Spanish teacher. He qualifies for the Rule of 90 on November 2nd, and he's requested to retire on that date. And this will, we've done this for other individuals throughout the district, and kind of to help the district, helps the funds. It also will provide Mr. Franta also some benefits as well. So, and we will advertise to recruit a full-time Spanish teacher for the 2018-19 school year, and then Mr. Franta will serve as teacher on special assignment to work with new to country students from the start of the school year next year. So, okay, and the MOU has been approved by the EMF Executive Board. So I would make a motion to approve a non-precedent setting MOU between Fairmont Schools, which would provide Bart Franta with retiree health hospitalization insurance upon a mid-year retirement during the 2018-19 school year.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. And Julie, once again.
I said, you'll be tired of listening to me, so. The first is retirements, and we've got several of them here, and we thank these individuals for their many, many years of service to our district, to our students, and to our community. First one that we have here is Marlis Rogers. She's tendered her letter of retirement effective May 30th, 2018. Marlis has served 19 years as an early childhood parent educator. And that wasn't consecutive, was it? Didn't she taught for a while and then left and then came back, so it's 19 total years. So I would make a motion to approve the retirement of Marlis Rogers, ECFE parent educator, effective May 30th, 2018.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Number 2?
Yes, and number 2 is Nancy Hibbert, Title II Coordinator. She will retire effective June 28, 2018. Nancy has served our district for 27 years. Wonderful. So I would make a motion to approve the retirement of Nancy Hibbert, Title I Coordinator, effective June 20, well, one says 29th, one says 28th, 2018. So do we,
Go,
the 28th?
28th,
So effective June 28, 2018.
okay.
Second.
Nicole.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Number 3.
And number 3, Bev Lavin, Title I aide, has worked for the district for 32 years, and she will retire effective May 31st, 2018. So I would make a motion to approve the retirement of Bev Lavin, Title I aide, effective May 31st, 2018.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And then the 4th one, Bart Franta, Spanish teacher, as I spoke about before with the MOU. He will retire November 3rd, 2018, and he has been employed with the district for 31 years. So make a motion to approve the retirement of Bart Franta, Spanish teacher, effective November 3rd, 2018.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Almost done, Julie.
Oh, I got employments too. Okay. Tonight, oh wait, we're not, Not yet, okay. We are recommending the employment of Andrew Walden as a sixth grade social studies teacher for the 2018-19 school year. Andrew holds a BS degree in social studies from Minnesota State University, Mankato, a master's degree in teaching and learning from St. Mary's University. He taught 7th to 12th grade social studies for 3 years at an alternative learning center in Waseca, and for the past 5 years, he has taught 7th grade American history at Waseca Junior High. So I would make a motion to approve the employment of Andrew Walden as a sixth grade social studies teacher effective June 29, 2018 at a salary of MA Step 9.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And turn the page. We are fortunate tonight, we have within our audience one of our new teachers that we're going to be hiring here, Adam Bloomgren. And he's being hired as a physics teacher for the 2018-19 school year. Adam will be graduating this spring from Minnesota State University, Mankato with a degree in physics education. He is completing his student teaching at Mankato West High School. While in college, Adam gained valuable experience working as a physics lab instructor. Do you want to get up and say a few words?
Oh,
Or do you want me to do the motion first?
no. Welcome, Adam.
Yes.
Good to see everybody here. I met most of you already. I'm not sure if I met you guys yet, but we'll get there. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for approving me, and I'm excited to offer your school district good intentions on teaching kids science. So thank you so much. And if there's someone that looks like me around here, you have a twin brother. So he also lives here too.
Within Fairmont.
Within Fairmont.
Within
yes.
Fairmont, he has a twin
Yes.
brother, and they are going to room together, is what the talking was here before. But that's just wonderful to have Adam here and then his twin brother also in the community. So, okay, so then I'll make a motion to approve the employment of Adam Bloomgren as a physics teacher effective June 29, 2018, at salary BA Step 1.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Welcome, Adam. Okay, so,
We don't get the chance to
Well,
do that
I-
very often. That's kind of fun.
Right.
To have him here?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Julie,
That's
did you
wonderful.
want to tackle staff welfare?
Yes, I will talk about staff welfare. Well, we talked about the physics teacher. We've met him tonight. We also approved the hiring of the sixth grade social studies teacher, the MOU for Bart Franta, the extended probationary period for 1 year. We talked about, I think that was that didn't have to go to us, did it? Did we do it last month?
Which one?
The extended probationary
We're going
period.
to bring that to the board in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, okay, so that's to be coming.
Yep.
We discussed a temporary ASA 1 position that'll be out for hiring and see what we can do. Oh, the temporary one was somebody did fill in for that. It was a Jessica Martinez she was paid a $14.42 and she just did a short term in there. And she worked with Nancy Backer. And then we discussed the retirements, and so we've got those 3 here that we discussed. Lincoln School finance allocation formulas, we did get a little update on that. We did discuss Jane Pyman has a contract that she has done this in the past. She's kind of worked on a little bit of an extended contract, and then we just some financial stipend that will make that worth that. And then discussion on intervention aid salary adjustments. So,
Full meeting.
yes.
Well, I think that takes care of the agenda. I would
Yeah,
entertain a
I'm-
motion.
Yes, and I'll let somebody else talk.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Wow. 5:33. So record.